if you were advising the administration, and as far as I know you are, there's a tension between, so Trump's threatening the BRIC nations, saying, if you de-dollarize and the dollar is no longer the default currency, I'm going to raise tariffs because there's an advantage to being the reserve currency. We control 58% of reserves are in the dollar. We get to see flows. We get to have more teeth in our sanctions. And if Bitcoin goes to $1 million, $21 trillion asset class, it's hard for me to see how it wouldn't at least bring reserve currency percentage from the dollar way down. How would you be advising the government to think about the advantages of dollar as reserve currency versus Bitcoin increasing in value and subsequently playing a larger role in perhaps replacing the dollar as a reserve currency?
There's some simple, straightforward things that are good for the United States and probably good for the world too. First of all, just to observe that money decomposes into currency and capital. Currency is the medium of exchange that we use to price everything in the world. The US dollar is definitely the reserve currency. The US dollar is also used as reserve capital, but in the form of treasury bills. Bitcoin is capital. Bitcoin is not currency. Gold has been used as capital. It's not currency anymore. The very simple thing that the U.S. ought to do is they ought to sell the gold and buy Bitcoin with it and buy 20% of the Bitcoin network. It's very simple. Just swap the gold for Bitcoin. If anybody actually swaps out their treasury bills for Bitcoin, then the U.S. is going to own it all. It's kind of like just getting Alaska or the Louisiana Purchase for free. They could pretty much have 20% of the network for free overnight just with a swap. They could even print the money. I mean, they could buy it for next to nothing.